Ow! Hello.
Oh my god, Lila's so cute. Oh my god, this is pure awkward stage. I keep my owner on a short leash. Oh, I love my dog. God. And I put pictures of the video game that he had developed. Like he didn't know that. Some more pictures of us with our dog. Pictures of me. This is me. And ended it with "We love you." Present time. There's so many gifts. Oh my god. Wow. Alright, so Shane's not here, but he sent us gifts, so I'm gonna record it so he can watch, and it's like he's here. Thank you. Oh, it's his handwriting too. Ooh. Is it chocolate? Oh my god, his favorite chocolate. Oh, cute. Oh my god, it looks soft. Show the camera.
I'm gonna eat soup out of this mug. They got me this really cute candle that matches my office perfectly. It's pink and gold. My family was on it this year. And then last but not least got me this really cute mug that says "Empowered Women Empower Women," which I need to send a picture of this to Adeline because she's gonna love it. And then they also got me the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They got me this matching set from Topshop. It is this adorable skirt, and it's like covered in these little crystal things, literally all over. It's the shiniest thing I've ever seen. It is this skirt with like a little buckle on the front, and then the matching jacket. It is such a cute look. And that was everything from my parents. Last but not least, just some random gifts that I got myself. I thought that I would share with you guys because I want to. First up, for Christmas this year, I got myself this new camera. Obviously, being an influencer and being a YouTuber, I'm always like trying out new cameras and new equipment and learning more about different technology and stuff. Nikki and Gabby
train people right off the street, right? Anybody that had the money, you just smarten them up right then. I was like, oh, yeah. Well, no, yeah, kind of, but really he didn't, though, because he was stiff as shit with us. Pretty much, that's why I say he didn't even smarten us up.
Hey, guys, let me, I gotta add a couple.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the 4 toughest, baddest, meanest guys in TNA. And we're gonna have a 4-way match at Victory Road in July. And those 4 men are gonna be Christian Cage, Sting, yes, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. How's that for a foursome?
Look at that.
And Jeff Jarrett, when those 4 mean motor scooters and bad go-getters get finished pounding on the UA World title against the winner of that match, and then all the TNA fans will most likely see what they want to see and what I want to see, and that's you broken into so many pieces a Boy Scout couldn't tie you back together. So because my back is against the wall and I have no other choice, I must say this. This belt is yours for now, but I sincerely think it's not going to be yours for long.
Oh, not a popular decision right there. Not a popular decision.
Jeff Jarrett, once again, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, you can see right there. Well, Cornette, you found out the hard way that when you come to TNA, I don't have to deal with you. You have to deal with mine. And
Morning.
tonight,
Happy Boxing Day.
earlier tonight, Christian Cage, you and your
Sorry,
your tag team partner,
yeah, so I'm still in my pajamas and it's like 11 something.
that's weak.
Ah. Unfortunately, I have to take my tree down and I don't want to.
Let's get that damn tag match
Because it's so pretty.
now.
Partner Sting, that's who he's talking
Because
about.
it's such a nice aesthetic in my room and I love it.
Of course, the ring here at the
And I'm having tea.
Oh, he's coming through from the other side. Jarrett doesn't see him. Snyder doesn't see him. But Christian Cage sees him.
makes me really sad because now I teased him. Not enough tea in the world. There's not enough tea in the world to make me want to put my tree down.
I wanted to go back to a time where there were still wrestling territories and actual business and things and such that was done well in wrestling business. But
let's go. What's up, guys? I'm about to... Oh my. I was laying on my face. Sorry. That was rough. Anyway, I'm about to go hop in the shower because I found out one of my cousins in a little while, so I'm excited to see them again. Family first over everything. Just saying. Yeah. So I will see you guys in a bit. Bye. Out of the shower, still trying to figure out what to wear. I think I should just wear my new Roots track pants, to be honest. But I don't want to, like, wear them and then get something on them and have to wash them because I really want to wear them Friday when I go out with my cousins. And yeah, we're really tired still. Oh my god, like, I need sleep. I don't know what it is, but I think I'm gonna go to bed early tonight because I have to get up for physio in the morning and go. So yeah, see you guys in a bit.
That's a little excessive.
Hi, buddy.
Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to another edition of 605, the Super Podcast, the only podcast on Turner Time. The Mothership! Oh, you snuckity! Best wrestling podcast on the planet, the only wrestling podcast that matters, the most influential wrestling podcast. Call somebody. I am your host, the great Brian Last.
I wish you'd get more confidence.
The hardest working man in wrestling podcasts.
What are you trying to prove?
And I am very happy to be joined here today for our very special 3rd anniversary spectacular by our most popular co-host, Mr. Jim Cornette. Jim, welcome back to the show.
First, you got to get more confidence. Secondly, you got and how many people do you have chained up to that audio board now and just playing these back?
Yeah.
It's the morning zoo, and it's just, yeah.
What are you trying to prove?
See? It's if you'd asked the first one first, the second one second, if you didn't get the right answer. It's crazy.
Let's see if you can identify who these voices actually are.
Yo, what's up, what's up?
Oh, good Lord.
One more time.
Yo, what's up, what's up?
Who is that?
Dr. Mike Lane.
Oh, my God. Well, he's pretending he's from New Jersey. I can recognize the voice, but I didn't think I would hear yo.
What about this one?
Wanna spend the night together?
Yeah, Kevin.
Okay. That one's very good. That was good. What about this one?
Are you a sissy?
See, this is just like the,
Yeah, I was there when he said that.
well, just like the what are you trying to prove? I have 2 of these. I have the slower one.
Are you a sissy?
And then he gets there.
Are you a sissy? And then I think I see a sissy, Lance.
Now, when he
Warn you without my knowledge.
The good times, the good old days. Well, we'll have more about Dr. Mike Leno later on in the show. I didn't mean to stun you into silence there.
Hopefully even less. Dr. Mike Leno.
Well, here we are for the anniversary show, and now it is time for the Top 10. And, of course, the Top 10 is brought to you by our friends, the wrestling fans, over at Ramsoar Records. And usually this time in the show, we talk about one of the great artists on Ramsoar Records, and we've talked about so many great ones this past year. But something different this week. Dolph Ramsoar sent in a note, and I want to read this right here. I want to wish everyone a happy holiday season. I am thankful for music and the times I got to witness the greatness of beautiful Bobby Eaton live in the squared circle. I am hoping all 605 listeners are able to do 2 things during the holidays. Please do yourself a favor and play a Johnny Cash record, preferably on vinyl, for a kid. Also, please take a kid to a live wrestling match, preferably
without my knowledge.
the good times, the good old days. Well, we'll have more about Dr. Mike Leno later on in the show. I didn't mean to stun you into silence there.
Hopefully even less. Dr. Mike Leno.
Well, here we are for the anniversary show, and now it is time for the Top 10. And, of course, the Top 10 is brought to you by our friends, the wrestling fans, over at Ramsoar Records. And usually this time of the show, we talk about one of the great artists on Ramsoar Records, and we've talked about so many great ones this past year. But something different this week. Dolph Ramsoar sent in a note, and I want to read this right here. I want to wish everyone a happy holiday season. I am thankful for music and the times I got to witness the greatness of beautiful Bobby Eaton live in the Squared Circle. I am hoping all 605 listeners are able to do two things during the holidays. Please do yourself a favor and play a Johnny Cash record, preferably on vinyl, for a kid. Also, please take a kid to a live wrestling match, preferably in an. Here's looking forward to more and more fun things in the future. But with that, let's get going with the top 10. Number 10 in the top 10, Jim, Brother Midnight.
Baby.
And we're still trying to get Brother Midnight back on the show. I believe he has resurfaced. I heard that Marty Gold recently ran into him, but
yeah, I know.
He's been hiding from the government
That's
for
fine.
one reason or another, but I think we have finally tracked him down, so I'm optimistic that here, going into year 4, he will be back on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Any thoughts on that, Jim?
I didn't know where you were.
The regulator, innovator, dominator, creator, updater, pussy imitator, assassinator, baby.
If I was responsible for that, I'd be hiding from the government also. I don't know how you found him the first time. And I think for his own good, he should probably stay undercover.
I think that a lot of people will get enjoyment out of his old promos and his old videos, but let's just say someone like you doesn't. I'm curious, when you go back to before you
like Jimmy Valiant, and Jimmy Valiant didn't work, and it worked because he was over in that environment. They drew huge money. The Valiant Brothers were one of the few tag teams that was ever in the top 10 box office attractions for the year. It was the Midnight Express, Road Warriors, Rocca and Perez were the only number 1 box office attraction of the year as a tag team ever. But the Valiant Brothers were huge, and he was doing kind of something like the Handsome Jimmy we got in Memphis, in Indianapolis, right about that time. But when he came here, the series with Lawler, the promos, the fucking violence thing, and then he just started experimenting with shit in more than one way, and Handsome Jimmy just grew, and over the next 6 years, Jimmy Valiant was so over. Yes, he got out of shape at that point in time, and yeah, he was not having 4-star matches in the ring as a hip tosser and arm.
Hi guys. So yeah, it's the first day of not Vlogmas, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna end my vlog. Bye.